Welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura Watson, and in this class, I am going to be showing you how I paint Camas. This is a great project to jump in for beginners. Camas is also known as Camassia cumash, which is the Latin name. The beautiful star-shaped flowers attract pollinators of all kinds and grow in moist meadows and open woodland areas. The starchy bulbs of Camas were often used as a food source for the Coast Salish people. These meadow wildflowers are so fun to paint, and there's so many different warm and cool hues of purple, pink to mauve that you can use to paint these flowers. When time allows, I love to work in plein air in my nature journal, sketching these beautiful flowers. The star shape of these flowers is a great entry-level type of flower to start learning how to draw and paint. In this class, we are going to start by refining our pencil drawing, as there are some finer details that I've enlarged on this flower for the stamens so that are easier to paint. After I've refined it, then I'll go over with my waterproof ink. Once we have our drawing ready, we will mix up our colors, and this is a great project to learn how to mix some uncommon shades of sort of gray, blue, green, which you'll often see in the stems. Because I have enlarged this drawing, it is easier to learn how to paint the fine details of the stamens in an accurate way. In all my classes, I create a beautiful PDF guide sharing information and resources for each plant. And in this guide, you will get a beautiful inked line drawing of the Camas so that you can easily transfer it to your watercolor paper and follow along. I take you through my 3-step painting method to show you how I break down the complex act of botanical painting into easy steps. I love painting Camas because of the star shape, but also because of all the beautiful color variations you can use to bring this painting to life with warm and cool blends of this purple, blue to pink sort of color. And I'm going to show you how to mix them all up and how to use all of those colors in each flower so you create more depth and dimension without any struggle. You might be worried about knowing where to place warm and cool colors, and there is most certainly a best place to place the warmer and cool colors, but honestly, just using a mix of warm and cool hues on your flowers is the first step to becoming a better botanical painting with more lifelike paintings. And I talk a lot more about that in this class. After we're finished painting the Camas and we have everything how we like it, we're going to add a beautiful subtle background. This is a great way to practice wet into wet watercolor technique, and it also really helps your painting come to life off the page and creates a lot of cohesion in your nature journal. In this class, I decided to try a color I've never used before, which is Rare Earth Green by Daniel Smith. And how I decided to use this is I have the Daniel Smith dot card, which samples all of their colors. And so I just used it off the dot card and added it to my painting. So it's a bit more subtle, but I really liked how it worked out. If you enjoyed this style of painting, then make sure you check out the video description below, because I have the PDF guide for this class available for everyone for free download. You can also try a full-length class for free, linked in the video description, and learn how to paint a tiger lily. If you like this style of painting, you can also find the full-length step-by-step real-time class on my website, thewatercolorgarden.com. If you're not ready to purchase a full-length class yet, check out my free class in the video description below, where I teach you how to paint a tiger lily.